Hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm going to talk to you more about the payment of PIP benefits. We're talking specifically about Section 4E, and this says the insurer of the owner of a motor vehicle shall pay PIP benefits for, then we got 4 different sections here, accidental injury in Florida. We know if the car accident happens in Florida that the owner of a motor vehicle, their insurance company will pay PIP if it's in Florida. If it's out of Florida, we go to the next section, accidental injury outside of Florida, but inside the U.S. and Canada, not Mexico, don't ask me why, but inside the U.S. or Canada by the owner while inside the owner's motor vehicle. Now, I call that out of state, out of car, out of luck. Everybody's always looking for cool catchphrases. Out of state, out of car, out of the owner's car, out of luck. Out of state, out of car, out of luck, okay? Remember that. Subsection 3. It says accidental injury sustained by a resident relative. So we know about the owner. Now they're saying for accidental injury sustained by the resident relative, same thing. Out of state, out of car, out of luck. If the resident relative is in the owner's car, out of the state, or inside the U.S., but inside the U.S. and Canada. So it's outside of Florida. So it's in Georgia. This rule applies. If they're in Mexico, they don't get it because Mexico's not in the U.S. or Canada, okay? So that's for a resident relative. Then we go to subsection 2 or subsection 1 if it's in Florida or out of Florida. Now, subsection 4, it says accidental injury sustained in Florida by any other person occupying the owner's motor vehicle. Meaning, if you are in your friend's car and you're in a car accident in Georgia, you do not get PIP benefits because you are any other person. If you're the resident relative and you're in Georgia, then you fall under this rule, and it's out of state, out of car, out of luck. So if a resident relative, let's say I'm in a car with my wife and we're in Georgia and we get in an accident, I own the car, my wife's a passenger, she would still get PIP benefits. If I'm in the car with my buddy does not get PIP benefits, he's not a resident relative. So subsection 4, accidental injury sustained in Florida, okay, by any other person. That could be a buddy, right? Occupying the owner's motor vehicle. They're inside my car. If we're in Florida, they get it. Or if a resident of this state. So they have to be a resident of the state while not an occupant of a self-propelled vehicle. So someone's inside the car. They're a buddy. They're inside the car and they get hit. We're in Florida. They get hit. They get PIP coverage. But if somebody's here, they're not in a car. So my buddy, he comes down, let's say he's from New York, like everybody from New York, they're coming to Florida. Florida's great. They come down to Florida, they're riding a bicycle, a self-propelled vehicle. It's not a self-propelled vehicle, a bicycle. They're riding a bike and a car hits them. If they're a resident of this state, which is legally defined elsewhere, okay, if they're a resident of this state, they get PIP. If they're just a tourist, they're like, hey, I was just here for a week and I went back home. They do not get PIP benefits, oddly enough, okay? I've seen insurance companies actually pay benefits to people who are here as a tourist. They don't read that part, I guess, where it says, or if a resident of this state. So anyways, and so in order to qualify for this section, they cannot own a vehicle in Florida, and they cannot get BI benefits from the same car's insurance. So a lot of times I'll see somebody, they're here in Florida, they live in Florida, they're riding a bike to work and they get hit, okay? They don't own a car, they don't live with a resident relative, they're on their own, okay? They're riding a bicycle to work. And the BI carrier will pay them money, hey man, we're really sorry, our driver was at fault, he hit you with the car, here's the $10,000 bodily injury limits, okay? I've seen them also give the $10,000 in PIP coverage. That car, because the person's a pedestrian, counted as a pedestrian because they're on a bicycle, they would get the BI. But this says that they don't get the PIP benefits, but I've actually seen it happen many times. I think they just do it as a courtesy because, usually if you're on a bicycle and you got hit by a car, it's not a fun experience. But the law does not require that, okay? It says they don't have to pay if they are entitled to BI benefits from the same car's insurance policy. So that being said, that's that subject. Thanks for watching.